Well, we were lied to. Ted Heath said there'd be no loss of sovereignty by joining the then common market. That was a blatant lie. British politicians have lied blatantly because they know the British people are not with this project, and they only wanted trade. Now, in my view, we can keep the trade quite happily with a free trade agreement. It's a Swiss-style model, and we can keep the benefits of trade of the EU, but we do not want the politics. Super trade, yes. Super state, no. And we've got to get that message across. But basically, we have a political class in Britain that has been lying to us year after year, and we have to expose those lies, and we have to knock down the myths that we can't leave the EU or it costs 3 million jobs. That's something I'm going to be doing for this Positive Vision project. Let's knock down those myths and let's sell a positive, uplifting, common sense solution based on independent Britain. Well, I think, the economy is top issue at the moment in immigration, number 2. So you take those, the economy, no tax on minimum wage. You know, we're not just an alternate Tory party. We must appeal to the Labour voter. I worked on the Norwich by-election. We hit the council estates in Norwich North, and we did very well. We got the highest ever by-election result for UKIP by doing so. But no tax on minimum wage, that gives people an incentive to work, takes them out of benefit, rewards them properly, and that's very important. I think if you want to create jobs, scrapping national insurance for employers over 5 years, 20% a year over 5 years, that is a huge incentive. I think where I criticise the coalition government at the moment is that, yeah, they are cutting back on the public sector quite rightly. However, what are they doing to generate jobs and to stimulate the economy? Nothing, it seems to me. And that is something we've got to focus on. You know, those two areas, I think, incentivizing work and creating jobs, you know, helping businesses create jobs, is absolutely central to the economy. And then immigration, the second one, well, we've got a comprehensive set of policies on immigration. We've got to manage and control immigration, get a grip on it, and treat every immigrant the same, whether they're from the EU or non-EU. Let's not discriminate against non-EU, and let's put a cap on the numbers and use work permits. So by all means, come in, but you'll only come in if we need the skills you have to offer. Yes, it does. I'm very pro the union, and I'm glad we are the UK Independence Party, and it always will remain pro-union under me. What I believe in the West Lothian question, something I promoted over the last few years, and that is that you strip out the national MPs or assembly members, like the AMs in Wales, the 60 AMs, the 129 MSPs in the Scottish Parliament, and you replace them with the national representatives from Westminster. So I've been around the Scottish Parliament, it only meets 8 days a month now, it's meant to be full-time, and a lot of those days are short days. You can do it in a week, so 1 week in every month. The English Parliament meets. What's the English Parliament? It's not a new building. It's actually just English MPs meeting in Westminster, Scottish MPs meeting in the Scottish Parliament, Welsh MPs in the Welsh Assembly, and Northern Ireland Assembly, MPs meeting there as well from Northern Ireland. That would reunite the UK, and it would be just a common sense solution. And the English, you know, it's really more of an English question. The English need to be treated properly. They get rid of the Barnett formula, be fair to England, treat them the same way as the rest of the UK. Well, unfortunately, it is going that way. The European arrest warrant, a lot of our MEPs have done good work on that to highlight that. But it is very scary that we can be arrested now in the UK on the basis of crimes that don't even exist in the UK and be carted off, never mind habeas corpus, never mind the British legal system. This can all be overridden because under EU arrest warrant, every EU legal system is as good as any other. Of course, that's not the case. And I've been in the Royal Courts of Justice, the Andrew Simonou case, and it's scary to see where the British judge is unable to stop, unable to look at the evidence, the primary facie evidence of crimes, and they just have to see if the form is filled in properly, and people are sent off to foreign jails, to languish there for years on end. That's appalling. And then you get the European investigation order just come in. This coalition government has signed on this. Very similar, allows foreign courts to use our policemen and access to our banking records and our DNA, for foreign crimes, for foreign courts. I mean, this is absolutely appalling, and we've got to really highlight these civil liberties issues. Well, I think one needs, UKIP sees the bigger picture in all of this. If you're going to have a European superstate, which all the other parties deny is happening but clearly is the truth, if you have an EU superstate, then it must have one common system of law. And guess what? It's not going to be English law. It's not going to be English common law. It's not going to be habeas corpus. It's not going to be trial by jury. It's going to be the continental system, the Napoleonic Code, and that's the way it's going. And this increasingly, by the back door, our own legal systems, Scotland, Wales, England, are being undermined by this Napoleonic Code. And I see, this is all part of the bigger project. You'll need harmonised taxes and you need a harmonised legal system. And it's as clear as daylight to people from UKIP. Thank you. Yes, I think we've touched on a lot of areas. I suppose what I'd like to say is that I do believe that UKIP needs stability in its leadership. The media at conference were mocking the fact that we've had 4 leaders, or going to have 4 leaders in 1 year. And we need stability. Nigel had to step down before the general election, and we've had Lord Pearson. We have an interim leader now, and then we've got a new leader. 4 leaders in one is what they're saying. I think we need someone that can stand the course for 4 years, has the right vision, and can employ the experience, the right kind of experience to deliver that vision. It's not about personalities, it is about what is the right vision for the party. And I hope that, my track record as party chairman, as deputy leader, as head of policy, writing the manifesto, putting together these policy groups, shows people that I not just talk, I am about delivery, and I can professionalise this party, and I believe we can actually achieve great things by realising our opportunities. Well, I would hope that whoever wins will put a non-lethal bomb under Parliament, and we'll have a proper democratic revolution as a result of that ballot.
To find out more about who we are and what we stand for, go to the UK Independence Party website at www.ukip.org.